Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having an adult beverage, and tonight I'll be discussing Truly, Madly, Magically by Hazel Beck. I did download this off of KU, and of course I'm giving my honest opinion. These are the highlights, and there are no content warnings listed for this book, and I gave it 4.25, so what's it about? So this book is about Ella Wynn, who, due to an accidental family curse, cannot tell a lie. She is a half-witch, and since she was a child, there have been those in her community who made sure to let their feelings on that matter known to her and remind her whenever they got the chance. So she never felt quite equal to the other members of her Riverwood coven. So she's a little surprised when the evil ruling council of witches would target her out of all the other members when, as they've always told her, she is weaker than them. As she works to uncover their reasoning, she is also having to deal with her feelings towards Xander, another member of her coven, who was her first love and with whom she has a complicated history and present due to recent developments. But she will have to decide if she's willing to put her trust in a man who once broke her heart, or if their future is doomed, if they even have a future, that is. So what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this a 4.25. Now, this is book 3 in a 4-book series, with the 4th book, Dragonfire Everywhere, coming out later this month on September 23rd, of which I'm on the art team, so I'll definitely give you my thoughts once I've read it. Now, even though each book focuses on a different couple, there is a continuing storyline going on, so I do recommend that you read them each in order. Of the 3 I've read so far, this one is my favorite, and that's because this one, in my opinion, had the most romance feeling, and as a romance girly, I am always going to enjoy romance, as well as there were a few scenes that got me choked up, so I definitely enjoyed this book. Now, something I'm really enjoying about this series is the strong found family vibes with this group of friends coming together to form their own coven, as well as the sisterhood vibes with the female members. This series really gives off Gilmore Girls meets practical magic, and I'm really enjoying it. Now, something else I'm really enjoying about this series is that the women are having to shed the identities that were forced on them by the reputable members of their community, so they're having to work hard at figuring out who they are and redefining themselves, and that's a lot of hard work, and I definitely enjoyed all their journeys. Now, the 3 books so far, like I said, this one was my favorite because it felt the most romantically inclined. And that's because for this couple, it felt like their relationship was a natural progression of which we were witnessing, and I really enjoyed that. Now, these two broke up in high school, so a second chance romance, but when they broke up, they made a yearly promise that if they were in the mood, they would meet up for a one-night stand on Beltane, a very important festival for them. Now, because of that, they haven't really dealt with their feelings, and because they live in a small town, as well as they have the same close-knit group of friends to deal with their unresolved feelings, they are constantly taking swipes at one another, which means there's a lot of tension and unresolved feelings. But due to their last Beltane get together, she is now pregnant, and they are having to deal with that pregnancy, their feelings, on top of everything else that is going on in their community, and it just brings them together, and I just really enjoyed the journey. This book, like I said, was really enjoyable. I enjoyed the plot as well, which has some close-ups, but I'm sure things are not completely finished with the next book coming out, and I'm excited to see what happens next. So overall, I enjoyed it. I do recommend the series, and I'm excited to read the next one. I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.